Hello to all my fellow YouTubers. How are you today? This is Zan Harrell coming to you with another great prepping tip. Today I'd like to talk about having our vehicles prepared. So many different forms of transportation. But we know, like, if you're in New York, you have the subways, you have cabs, you have helicopters, you have the trains, you have the ferries, you have the buses. It's so many different forms of transportation. And it's like everywhere else in America, you have to depend on your own form of transportation, which is mostly cars. So I like to speak about the car aspect. Also in New York, they the bicycles and the mopeds. The car aspect, mopeds, and bicycles. I think all three of these are very important to have. And sometimes if you can't have a trailer to put your bicycles, your moped, or your motorcycle on, just in case something happens with your vehicle. Good morning to you too. So look, it's very important. We always talk about all these things as far as prepping is concerned, with food and with water. And we forget that there's other things that are vitally important, such as our transportation. I hate this phone. Transportation is very important. With your vehicles, I had some issues with my vehicles, about 3 weeks ago. And it was something as minor as the battery and the alternator. I had a lot of different things done. I had took it to the same mechanic twice in 1 week. The first time he sent it back to me, it was something still wrong with it. And I took it back to him. He had fixed that problem, but then there were other problems with it that the car broke down on me again a week after that. And I'm like, God forbid, and I was in the city at the time. I'm like, God forbid, something was to occur and I had to get out the city, and I couldn't get out the city because of my vehicle. So that bothered me. I called another mechanic friend of mine. They immediately went to the problem. And they weren't even a mechanic. They were like a towing service, because my car had stopped on the side of the road. So it was crazy because I had just spent crazy money on getting this car fixed. And here it was, it still wasn't fixed. Came, towed the car to my house, looked under the hood, and it was something as small as an alternator and a battery. So I had to get a brand new alternator and a brand new battery. And it was just crazy. So make sure that your vehicles are intact and they're up to par. Because even if you're in the country, if you're in a rural area, if you're in the suburbs, city, whatever, you need your vehicle to be working. I remember during Katrina, a lot of those people end up being stranded there because they didn't have any forms of transportation. A lot of those people, they were like either on the buses or they were carpooling to get to different places and things they need, like grocery stores. And that was like in the thousands, all those people who were stranded in New Orleans who couldn't get out of there. So I'm saying this in the event of SHTF, which is already hit this year. I'm saying this in an event of a natural disaster or riots or whatever. Asteroid could hit, anything. If you have to get away, or flooding happens, anything, if you have to get away, make sure your transportation is up to par. Now, I was speaking about trailers at the beginning of this video because I was thinking, it's like, maybe I can get a truck. Because if you have only one form of transportation, if God forbid something happened with that, you're still in trouble. So I was thinking maybe I can get a truck, or either with my car just get a trailer, and on my trailer put like a motorcycle, a moped, and some bicycles for me and other people in my family. I think bicycles are very important to have as well too. Make sure that your bicycles, if you have them, that the tires are up to par. The brakes. If you have a moped, make sure you have gas in it. Make sure the tires and everything is okay. Transportation is very vital. Very important. You know, guys, we want to have all these things in place. We don't know what's going to happen next. This year has been overwhelming for all of us. So let's try to keep it together, being prepared, that's 90% alleviation of your problems. Just being prepared. So I wish you guys the best. No stress. You can always go to zanharrold.com for your prepping needs. I have a bunch of non-parables, generators that you don't need gas. I'm going to be uploading some vitamins and all types of different things to help your body during this time and to keep you real strong, especially considering the second wave coming up on us is probably already here, as we discussed yesterday. So I wish you guys the best. ZanHarrold.com. Until next time, take care of yourselves and your families.